We get into politics here. The provincial government has pulled a controversial deal given to a former cabinet minister after accusations of political patronage. The Premier and Attorney General agreed not to hire John Less. Less had been offered an earthquake consulting job that would have paid him $140,000. He became a lobbyist after deciding not to seek re-election as a Liberal MLA last year.
It was a mistake, and we're a team. And we work hard as a team, we work together as a team, and sometimes we make mistakes. I think the essence of leadership is not just making decisions, it's also being able to course correct when you make a mistake.
Omni BC Legislature reporter Kim Emerson joins us live now from Victoria. Kim, let's talk about this. How big of a deal is it, and how big of a blunder is it for BC Liberals?
Well, how big of a deal? Look, on paper, this looked like a pretty good arrangement because what you had is an expert in earthquakes. Henry Renteria out of California certainly has the credentials as an earthquake expert and an earthquake preparedness expert. John Less has the credentials of government. He was a mayor in Chilliwack. He was on regional boards and regional districts. He was a three-time elected MLA. He was a cabinet minister. He was the Solicitor General in charge of emergency preparedness in BC. So he had the political clout in the province. So the two looked like a great marriage on paper. Unfortunately, like hockey games, it's not played out on paper, and the real problem came in when you realized that not only was John Less about to get $140,000, he was already the chair of another board where he was getting $60,000.
So he was double dipping a little bit. It would appear. Yeah, it would appear.
Yeah, well, here, the simplest analogy I can make for you is you go to the party and you know the sloppy guy that goes to pick up the tortilla chips and he goes to dip it in the sauce. He makes the first dip and then he takes the same chip. He's about to go in and make the really big dip.
Yeah.
Well, the Premier came along and slapped the chip out of his hand.
He said, George Costanza, stop where you are right there. Okay, let's talk about Suzanne Anton. I love it whenever you can work in a Seinfeld reference, my friend. You know I love that. So how might this affect new cabinet minister Suzanne Anton?
Look, this is not a good situation for Suzanne Anton. There have been situations already where people have been questioning the Premier's wisdom in appointing Suzanne Anton to the Attorney General's post. This certainly does not help her credibility. It does not help her situation there. You have to realize she probably relied on the advice that she got from staff members and from lawyers within her office. But once again, it's lawyers, right? Lawyers, they deal on paper all the time. They don't always have the best moral compass, and it is going to hurt Suzanne Anton. If there is a cabinet shuffle sometime in the future, I doubt she'll be back in that post.
Okay, let's talk about the NDP leadership. Who are you hearing is front runner leading up for that?
Well, the only candidate so far is Mike Farnworth,
right.
So he's the front runner right now. He finished second the last time. There are very, very strong rumblings that John Horgan, who finished third the last time, is getting a lot of push from a lot of people within the party to get into it, even though he said he wasn't going to do it. He was making room for younger people and other people, and all of those people have said, no thank you, don't want the job. So there are rumors that he is going to jump in, and fairly soon. So we may have a two-horse race at least. The big problem comes if somebody from the outside gets in, because they're leaving these guys with their critic portfolios, which would give them a huge unfair advantage because of all the political coverage they get having those portfolios.
Thank goodness we have you to make sense of all of this. Kim Emerson reporting live from Victoria, Omni BC's Legislature reporter. Thanks, Kim.